going on, guys? Just like you guys saw in the thumbnail, and as you guys saw in the little preview before we decided to show you what we're doing, yeah, guys, we're doing a big Brembo kit installation. Look at how it's looking so far. Those rotors are huge. I'm so excited, y'all. So this ain't gonna be no how-to video. It's just basically how we modded our Escalade. The whole kit basically came out to be around like $1,200 or less. Honestly, like $1,100 for everything. That's rotors, pads, calipers, hardware. Just getting these rotors and these calipers installed. Shout out to my boy Frank. He painted the calipers for me. We loving the color. It's different. It's not like everybody else's calipers. Red, orange, silver, black. Look at this size comparison. It is insane. So these are the rear rotors, and yes, we are color matching the rear calipers as well. So the rear calipers got painted just like the front calipers, so they can match. And then here are the rear rotors, and I just want to show you guys these. I'm not even lying. These rotors got to be like 60 pounds each. I'm not even playing. They are extremely heavy. Look at this. It is massive. They just destroy the size of the small ones. Look at these things. They're so tiny. Look at the size comparison. They're insane. These are about 16 inches and these are about 12 inches if I'm not mistaken. They're huge. So I guess I'm going to give you guys like a little idea of what we did. These Brembos came off of a 2021 and up police package vehicle, Tahoe. So the Tahoes, believe it or not, they come equipped with these massive rotors as an option. And the calipers and rotors, honestly, the calipers are only $400 a piece on Amazon. Nobody knows they exist because they're just all black calipers, but they say Brembo on the back, so they're legit, obviously. They're floating calipers, 6-piston, and we're about to be towing the HELLCAT with our new trailer. With this Escalade. Alright guys, this is what you're going to need to complete the job. You're going to need a brake kit. You need this part number for the brake pads. You need that part number for the brake pads. It comes with all the hardware, so you don't have to buy that separately. Then you're going to need 2 of these Banjo bolts. 14100 is the part number. 14100 is the part number. You need 2 of those that look like that. The ones that come off the car are not going to work. Okay, then you're going to need some new washers. Whatever you do, do not go and start using the old copper washers that come off of the actual brake line. You're gonna crash your car and it's gonna be a really bad day. So these are the crush washers you're gonna want to use. They're like little copper ones. You can buy a couple of these assortment packs that work perfectly fine. The part number is 66250. Okay, that's the one you're gonna want. You're gonna want that Banjo bolt, like I said, because it's very important that you get all these stuff. This is your brakes. This is your safety, you know. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it on the other side. Bear with me. I'm not an expert on explaining it. This is what it looks like when you're done. First things first, you're going to want to use an 18 after you get your lug nuts off and you take your wheel off. If you haven't figured that out, stop doing what you're doing and just go to a shop. But anyways, you're going to get an 18 millimeter. I just use a swivel with a ratchet or impact gun, and then you're going to take out the caliper brackets. You don't have to take off the actual caliper itself. You want to take the whole assembly apart because it makes no sense. You're going to throw all this out. Damn. Put it up here somewhere. You're not really going to need it anymore. Then, this size is a T30. You're going to want a T30. There's a little bolt here. Don't forget, you're going to use these bolts again. Supposedly they're torque to yield. I don't believe that. These are caliper bolts. You're going to want to reuse these. Then you're going to take the rotor off. And look at the size of this, guys. Look at the difference. It's like a car rotor. It's so little. Remember the face where the bolt is supposed to go? This doesn't have to be locked tight. It just has to be snug. That's it. Alright. Now it's time for the fun. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to assemble your caliper. You're going to want to put your caliper together, the hardware, the brake pads, and yeah, so that's the next step. This is extremely easy, guys. Take a little bit of this grease, put it on each side. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Some nice small coating of it. Flip it. This goes like this. These little teeth, they clamp on to the back of this little bracket. That's it. It just clips on. Then you're going to want to glaze this a little bit. I know my buddy Omar's criticizing the living crap out of me right now because he works for Porsche and Lamborghini and all this crap. Whatever. I work on Mopars. That means my cars break all the time. That means I have more experience than you. You guys just sit on your asses and just replace engines every once in a while. Maybe. I'm just talking crap. Love you, Omar. And just place it in there. See? Now, you're going to hold it right here, and you're basically just going to flip it this way. These go in the back of the caliper. But you have to push them. See these little things right here are springs. Let's see if I can show you. These are springs. See how they push forward? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to line the holes. So you're going to push the caliper forward, the pad forward, and you're going to drop it in this hole. You got to be very careful how you do it. Same thing with this one. Kind of start it. Put that back in there. Push it in there. Same with this one. Alright, now you're going to hammer those pins in. So you hear it like that. When you hear that high-pitched smack, that's you're good. Oh man, I scratched my paint, the back of it. That's gonna get destroyed with weather. All right, that's it, guys. The brake pads are on. That's all it took. Pretty freaking simple. All right, at this point, we're gonna put the caliper on there, but we have to put these washers because these brake calipers are for another model of Tahoe Suburban Escalade. This is a 2015 to 2020 Escalade. There's not many videos out there, so if you're looking at this, is because you're frustrated online trying to find some information about this particular generation of Escalade, Suburban, Tahoe, GMC Yukon, Denali, whatever, Yukon XL. So you have to put some type of washers about as thick as a dime or just a hair thicker. You have to use those. But what I did was I got these really strong locking washers. I just feel like it's safer because it's going to have some type of resistance and it keeps things a lot tighter. You're going to have to put these and sandwich these in between the caliper. So hopefully you can see this stuff. See that? That's how it's got to be. And then you do the same thing on the bottom one. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Yep. It's got to be sitting around there. And then we're going to put the caliper on. It's a little tricky because you got to slide the pads in between the rotor while trying to get the bolt started. I just got this one on the bottom started. I'm going to swing it forward. I got this one started. Pretty simple. Once you get it on there, you're good to go. We're almost done. Now I'm gonna tighten them really, really tight. It's supposed to be, supposedly these bolts are supposed to be like 90 foot-pounds or so. I'm gonna hit them with like 120 foot-pounds. Just to be safe. We got victory. Nice rotor. Everything's on there. Everything's floating. Double, triple check your stuff. Make sure everything looks good. Everything looks fine. Make sure your pads are on correctly. Alright. Now, we're going to transfer the brake line. So, it's an old trick my father taught me a long time ago. Thank you, Dad, for showing me something. Other than making really good pernil. It's Puerto Rican pork shoulder. You're going to take the Banjo bolt. It's got to be this specific one, the one I said earlier. And put one washer. You're going to have the other washer handy, ready to go. Now, you're going to get your vice grips. Okay? This is so that you don't have any liquid or fluid splashing everywhere. You're going to come over here and you're going to pinch it right before the brake line. Now the fluid is not going to come out. Then you're going to drive out. You're going to drive out the 11 millimeter. That's what that is. It's an 11 mil, not a 10. Banjo bolt. Okay. Brake fluid everywhere. Old pad out the way. We gotta get this old Banjo bolt off. See how there's no fluid coming out of the brake line? That's what you want. Now the old crush washer is still stuck in there. We gotta get it out. So we're gonna have to pry this thing off somehow. So I get a flathead. Don't stab yourself with the flathead. Good thing they're copper. Because we need the brake line. We don't need the Banjo bolt. That's not going to fit inside this caliper. At this point, what I do is I'll get some dikes. Get rid of this one. We don't need it. New Banjo bolt with the crush washer, the copper crush washer, brand new. Do not reuse these. Put it in there, and we're just gonna put it on. It's supposed to be 12 foot-pounds. I do like 30. You're gonna feel it crushing down. I mean, just working. And then you're gonna unlock the vice grips and allow the fluid to go in there nicely. Get a nice rag, make sure nothing's splooging out. There shouldn't be anything coming out of these brake lines. You're about to find out when we bleed the system. Now is the fun part. We're gonna bleed the system. That's basically it, guys. Pretty straight, thorough, pretty straight and forward. I don't know the words I'm looking for, but that's basically it. Keep everything super tight. Make sure everything is good. If you guys have any questions, please do me a favor. Hit me up on Instagram, manny.mopar, or my YouTube channel, Manny Mods Garage. Please, 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 please. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me something, helps the algorithm. If you guys like this video, I really appreciate you. That's it. Manny Mods Garage out.